Wow. Oh my goodness. Jose Mourinho has been sacked as Manchester United manager. I don't even know what to say, honestly. It was sprung upon me. I'm surprised. I'm not 100% shocked, but I'm surprised. The reason why I'm not shocked is because the situation that we are in as Manchester United is unacceptable. I've written off top four a couple of weeks ago. I didn't think, personally, that Ed Woodward had the balls to do this. I'm at this stage of the season. But maybe he hasn't written off top four. Maybe he thinks that if we get someone else in at this point, the season is salvageable. I think the distance that we are behind Spurs and Chelsea, I think is a bit too great to catch up. But I guess there's still, 21 games left of the season. So I guess mathematically, yeah, it's still possible. So maybe there's that Ed Woodward is thinking about. But the reason why I am surprised is because in the last two managerial, the last two managers at Manchester United, David Moyes and Louis van Gaal, both of them were sacked when it was mathematically impossible not to get top four. And especially with David Moyes, it was pretty clear early on that we weren't getting top four. So I thought that Edward would wait for around that time and then say, all right, you're gone. And the payoff that we have to give him would be, reports are saying 6 million less. So 24 million as it is now, 18 million if we sacked him after we didn't get top four. But I'm happy that Ed Woodward is not penny pinching in this matter. He said, well, it's only 6 million difference. I'm going to do what I think is best for the club. And that's getting rid of the manager right now. Jose had to go. The question was always when, but he had to go. Results, performances, none of them look like turning around anytime soon. As I said, I'd written off top four, so I wasn't expecting between now and the end of the season anything was going to change. But the reason why I was hoping that it would be to the end of the season is because it will give time for a proper plan to be put in place as a replacement exit strategy. As it is now, he's been sacked. Carrick and Kieran McKenna are going to be taking over training, at least, and possibly most likely an external interim manager will be appointed to the end of the season before a permanent manager is appointed in the summer. So obviously they've got rid of him without actually knowing what they're going to do next. And I don't think they've got anyone in the offing directly, because if they did, they'll have a permanent manager coming in straight away. Now my preference for a manager would be Pochettino. But obviously getting him in the middle of the season is going to be nigh on impossible, especially when you're dealing with someone like Daniel Levy. Jose Mourinho, 2.5 years, Manchester United manager. I mean, this is probably an average when we talk about his stay at most clubs. 2 years at Inter Milan, then he left. 2 years at Porto before he left. 3 years, it was just over 3 years at Chelsea the first time round. 2.5 years at Chelsea, pretty much to the day. Since he was sacked as Chelsea manager in 2015, he's been sacked as Manchester United manager. 3 years at Real Madrid. So 2.5 years is, give or take, the average time that he spends at a football club. What has he done in that time? Obviously, we brought in Zlatan Ibrahimovic that first season, won the Europa League, won the League Cup. It was via the Europa League that we got back in the Champions League. After that, we finished second, having signed Romelu Lukaku in the summer. Of course, before that, Pogba was signed as well. Talk has come out after whether that was Jose Mourinho signed or not. Signed Matic, signed Lukaku, got into second place last season behind Man City. A distant second, 19 points behind. But there was hope. that we could push on. You know, win 2 trophies in his first year, finish second next year. The third year, we have to put in a serious title challenge and also an improvement of performances. Neither's happened. Results have been worse. Performances has probably been worse. We've scored 29 goals, conceded 29 in the league alone. 0 goal difference after 17 games. We're 19 points off the top and we haven't reached Christmas. That is the state of Manchester United right now. But one of the reasons why I am shocked that he's gone now is because based on what happened in the summer, it was clear the board did not trust Jose Mourinho. It's clear that Ed Woodward was not going to back him. So why did they keep him for 5 months? That is what I don't understand. They signed him a new contract in January. At a time when we weren't in a title race, realistically. So I'm not sure what they were renewing the contract for. But you've said you back him, so you're going to give him an extension to his deal. But then you don't back him in the summer to go and mount a title challenge that everybody wants, that everybody expects. So you're giving out mixed messages. You back him, but you don't back him. Then Jose Mourinho came out and said a lot of things directly related to his relationship with Ed Woodward, what Ed Woodward had promised and what he had delivered, and the disparity between the two. Ed Woodward himself came out and said that basically Jose Mourinho wants certain players. We don't think they're better than the players that he's got, so basically we're not going to go out and get them. Those players being the likes of Toby Alderweireld, Harry Maguire, etc. So for me, at that point, it would have been right for Ed Woodward to sack him. Because clearly you didn't back him. Clearly your relationship between each other was broken down. And as the seasons proved, it seemed very irreparable. Because at different stages, Mourinho has come out and made certain digs at, signings that he didn't get and etc. to say that the relationship between the two was untenable. So why is it taking him so long? The style of football we're playing is poor. Jose Mourinho, we know it was never going to be exciting football. But if he's not getting results, then he's not really bringing anything. My issue with this, I think sacking Jose Mourinho is the correct decision. I don't think it's the solution, because I think the problems are far deeper and far greater than Jose Mourinho. Ed Woodward has had 3 managers under his tutelage as chairman. David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, and Jose Mourinho. A 4th will be incoming. All 3 have underachieved based on the expectations that we expect out of this football club. Yet he stood in the position to keep making the decision about who's going to be the next manager. I don't trust him. I don't trust him to make the correct decision. He is not the man to make that decision, because he's not a footballing man. He's a chairman. He is a commercial expert. He's a businessman, an accountant. So yes, our revenue's growing month by month, year on year. Commercial deals here, shirt sponsors, car manufacturer, all these kind of things that he's bringing to a football club, brilliant. But I don't trust him to make the right decision. Because if he was about the football, Jose Mourinho wouldn't even have started the season. Because he would have known that what Jose Mourinho wanted and what he was willing to provide, i.e. the players and the money, in the summer, there was a disparity between the two. So he would have got rid of him then. But now that he's got rid of him now, I cannot trust his judgment that the next manager he brings in is going to be the right one. As it is, an interim manager is going to come into the end of the season. Carrick and McKenna could be the ones. But they're not the future of Manchester United in terms of managers. If we are to move forward as a football club, we need to get in a director of football, head of recruitment, and a technical director. Those positions need to be in place before we get in the new manager. Because if we don't, it's going to be deja vu. In 2 or 3 years, we're going to be in this exact position again. Jose Mourinho was a problem, but it wasn't the only problem. And sacking him is not the only solution. But it's been done. We'll see how the rest of the season pans out, who comes in, who takes us forward. And we'll see if the players that weren't playing under Jose Mourinho, the likes of Pogba, Martial, even Lukaku in terms of their performances, we'll see if they can be revitalised to finish this season as strong as possible. Is top 4 still a possibility for Manchester United? Let me know in the comments, or possibly even the Champions League. That's it from me. Make sure you check out the rest of our videos. The podcast is dropping tomorrow.